just before I start, where am I supposed to be looking? Anywhere?
Um,
So that I'm not sort of. So when I moved to the Pacific Northwest in 2006, I realized I needed something to do with myself, something to write about. I had just finished writing a book about the marbled murrelet and wanted to find a subject as compelling as this endangered seabird to write about. So I began looking around, exploring my new town of Olympia and the county and the state, looking for that thing, that subject. And I studied Oregon spotted frogs for a little while and surveyed those. I got involved in native plant and native plant salvaging. I hiked a lot, I canoed a lot. I started working with public schools, putting in schoolyard gardens, thinking eventually if I rambled enough and walked around and talked to people and made connections in my community, I would find my subject. And in fact, I didn't. And 2 years passed, and I was getting very impatient with myself that I couldn't find that project that would sustain me for several years. I like to really delve into my subjects when I write, and I couldn't find that. And one morning, I thought, this is going to be the morning I'm just going to make a decision and commit to writing about something. So I got myself ready, had my cup of coffee, and then I got a phone call from a friend who needed a ride to the train station for a family emergency. And I thought, gosh, this is really bad timing on the day I'm going to write my book, the one day where I'm going to come up with my topic, that my muse is going to arrive, and I'm not going to be at home when she arrives. So I drove over to my friend's house to take her to the train station, and she wasn't ready, and she was taking a really long time to pack, and I was waiting in her hallway with my coat on, jangling my car keys, checking my watch, clearing my throat, trying to get her to hurry up, and she wasn't moving along quick enough for my caffeinated state. So I thought, you really need to be a good friend here. You really need to be patient. Your muse will be there when you get back home. Just chill out. So I started doing some deep breathing and doing some back stretches and twisting my neck this way and that. And when I turned to the left, I noticed this beautiful, big, glorious poster, full color of clouds, 30 of them. 4x4 images, stunning colors. I turned the hall light on and I began looking at the cloud poster. And I realized I didn't recognize any of them. And I thought, well, that's strange. I've been living under clouds all my life. I live in a really cloudy part of the country. Why did I not recognize these clouds? So I started reading the captions beneath each of the clouds, and I didn't recognize the names either. All those Latin names, those multi-syllable Latin names, altocumulus, cumulonimbus, stratocumulus. And I thought, where have I been? So I thought, well, maybe this is something I want to write about. And I thought, well, I don't really know anything about clouds. I'm not really qualified. We've got wonderful meteorologists here in the Pacific Northwest. This is the wrong subject for me to write about. But that cloud poster and one sort of pleading line in the end of it to take advantage of the beauty of the sky and enjoy the miracles that are happening out there with simple water, and to look at the sky and take advantage of the joy that the sky has to offer really spoke to me. And I thought, I'm going to start looking up and see what happens. So from that moment, I took my friend at the train station, got home, and then began walking out and looking up and seeing clouds in varieties and shapes and colors I had never seen before. I was so awed and fascinated, and also at the same time embarrassed by how little I knew about clouds, that I thought, this is going to be my project. This is going to be the new subject for me that will carry me along for several years, to write a book and to share what I learned with my readers.